This is No Money, Mo Money, and after putting an end to a 1,000-year war, he thought to take a little break. But old threats create new problems, and now his path leads to war, through a storm of blood. So we've been trying to get back into upgrading my gear again, upgrading my crafters and upgrading my monks and all that again. But now that we're up to 3-star Mastercrafts, especially for my crafter gear, the game is starting to get really fed up with me trying to fast track anything. My problem this week is this right here, Storm Sap. Technically, Storm Sap can be bought. I need more than 60 of it. And the way the game wants you to buy it is by running Allied Society quests for these stupid catfish. You can get a currency from them by doing the daily Allied Society quests, and you can buy the Storm Sap for that currency from their vendor. That's the only vendor that you can buy it from, and it's basically worthless to me. I haven't even started the Allied Society quest for these guys. Allied Society quests are limited by the amount of them you can do. I would probably need close to a month to buy enough Storm Sap. There is one other way to get it, which is fishing up a big fish from Stormblood and desynthing it and praying to RNGesus that you pull Storm Sap out of it. And with just a little bit of luck, we can snag the Word of God big fish, which I can desynth for some casting materia. Yeah, unfortunately, it's just an RNG chance whether or not I get the Storm Sap. Yeah, okay, I don't think this is gonna work. I can fish for about 10 minutes every hour to catch this thing. I've gone through about half a stack of my bait, which I have to use gathering scripts to buy, and in the last 4 hours, 4 fishing windows altogether, I've caught one more. Because it's a big fish, that means there's a really decent chance that you're just gonna snap your line and lose your bait, no matter what stats you have. I've wasted hours and hours. Don't think I'm gonna be able to craft my crafter gear for this week. Maybe with materia I can eke out enough stats to still craft my monk gear at tier 4. But I'm gonna have to really push my crafting materia and look into some new crafting food to bump my stats even higher. But in the meantime, something I can do, we help this fluffy boy find a way that he can be useful and help out the people of Namazu to keep their rice paddies and rice stores safe from disease. And help this tiny little catfish here find a niche market selling used Garlean like weapons, tools, and armor and stuff, so that I can then introduce the two of them so that we can use the weapons to take down some creatures that were threatening the farming lands of the village. Also that he can fall in love with the local persimmons that the people of the village harvest and agree to sell them a bunch of really powerful weapons in exchange for basically as much fruit as he can carry. So he can dye his little apron orange and be different from all the other Namazu. Find this floundering idiot out in the Azim Steppe. I saw nothing. Bye-bye. How unfair of you to assume aiding me would lead to undertaking a series of arduous tasks. Thank you for being obvious about it. Also, that we could get started with the Namazu Allied Society quests. This is not really a solution for this week, but luckily they do start giving me Namazu Koban right off the bat from the very first quests I do for them. Plus, Allied Societies are limited to 12 quests a day, which seems like, hey, you could get up to 64 pretty quickly. But since I just started Namazu, I'm limited to only these 3 quests each day. But it is the beginning of a solution to my Storm Sap problem, which means over the course of a few weeks, maybe a month, I will build up the ability to craft those high-level master crafts. For now, I need to find another solution. So let's see what items are required for the 4-star monk craft. And let's see if I can pull it off with the stats that my current crafter gear gives me. Now, I'm gonna start off with melding up this left side here and see what I can eke out of that. Yeah, I'm not even close normal melded. I can add food. I can start making the teas. Okay, we finally got there. I had to overmeld. I had to use scripts. I had to buy materia. I had to break a bunch of materia. But I got there. I'm not overmelding anymore because this is a temporary set. When we combine that with a high quality control tea, which will give me 25, plus the warrior stew, which will give me 124 control and 53 crab. Wait, I think I got that backwards. I do in fact have that backwards. Shoot, I have too much control and not enough craftsmanship. Wonderful. Okay, we have finally gotten it. With a warrior stew, high quality of course, and a craftsmanship tea, high quality again of course, that will end up bumping my stats up by 78 craftsmanship and 124 control. Add all that together and I end up with 1651 craftsmanship and 1619 control. Because I can't get the storm sap I need to make the tier 3 crafter gear, I am trying to craft a tier 4 monk set with a tier 2 crafter gear. And this was always going to end up being an annoying, like, you gotta overmeld and make new food and get all this stuff and do all the script stuff. But with this set, I should be able to craft my tier 4 monk set. So let's go grab my food, let's go grab my tea, and let's make this monk gear. After so much more melding beyond what I showed previously, because I had craftsmanship and the control to hit the required breakpoints for the tier 4 mastercrafts, but because my gear was such low level and I was focusing craftsmanship and control, my CP was so low I could not get any version of a macro that could guarantee success on those crafts until I fused some more CP materia on here, shattering about 50 or 60 CP materia, and the script grind to get those CP materia requiring close to about 10 hours, which finally gives me both the food and the meds, which I've used obviously, and the final set of monk gear, asterisk. This is the final set of monk gear that you can craft in Stormblood and thus in my free trial playthrough. There are a couple more sets of monk gear which I believe are higher eye level, stuff like Savage Raid gear and Eureka gear, which given the sheer amount of time, effort, involvement, all of that to get those, I am internally debating whether that violates the heart of my challenge or just the letter of the law. So I might use those in the future, but for now and for a while, I'm guessing, this is the best set of gear I will be able to use on my monk. And there it is. My eye level 380, level 70, 4-star Mastercraft final craftable in the entire free trial playthrough monk gear. It's actually a pretty good look. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like this look. I don't think I'm gonna glam over this. Ready for the last tier of Omega. Just one egg left. Alpha's role is now obsolete. I will guide you from that. No, that's okay. I'm good with Alpha sticking around. I'd rather not have you guiding us anywhere. We're accurately described as bait because he was sent out to lure us in the first place. I don't care. Look, we were gonna have to deal with Omega one way or another. The fact that Alpha was bait doesn't matter to me. Come on, buddy. You don't care what Omega said. Come on. Opponent's name is Chaos. The first heroes defeated this evil in a conflict. Oh god. I'm here to kill Chaos. Half the arena. Both halves of the arena, great. Of course, it still hit us, it just... Everyone, come in, come together, dummies! Okay, there we go. Cool. Everyone got together and used the donuts properly. Nice. The knockdown, take it away, dude. Ow. Never mind. Isn't that going to drop something right in the middle of that knockdown, though? Yeah. That idiot didn't take the knockdown away, which means he dropped the next mechanic in the middle of that knockdown, right in the middle of our party. Good job. And here comes Earth Phase. Oh, I'm standing in it. Crap. I didn't realize that was going to be an ongoing one. Oh, back, and then sides. Oh, light parties. Bowels of Agony, huh? That's a nice name for a move. Oh, yeah, that's the one that takes us all down to 1 HP. Here comes a whole bunch of mechanics in a row now to try and mess with us. We need to take out the Dark Crystal. We have to take this crystal out before he finishes the charge or we wipe. There we go. Next. Heals. I love that I can do that as a monk. Like, I'm not a healer, but I do love that I have a mitigation that turns into a big burst heal for big mechanics like that. Okay, fire phase. Nicely done. They spread those out really well. Now I'll take these out. Light parties. Followed by more light parties. Keep away from each other, guys. There we go. They're handling this really well, actually, this party, for the most part. We are done. We came and we killed chaos. Sid, buddy, why are you invisible? Oh, there he goes. Alpha was filling the kettle again, and another of his weird magic cards did something strange. Completion of the experiments. Well, that's strange. This is only the first round of the final tier. Subject the unknown to the imperfect. You'll proceed to a supplemental stage. Uh-huh. Omega's gonna test me against something it's fought before. Hey, Gecko buddy. How you doing? Yeah, time to face Midgard Zormer in his prime. Hello, father of geckos. Sorry. Okay, circle and circle. That's get out. Boom. Circle and that's get in, I think. Yep. Spin. Spin again, or is he going to circle? Spin, that's crosses, so go to inner cardinals. With this dragon, you have to kill all of the immortal keys, otherwise he's invulnerable, so we have to destroy all of these first. Oh, there he is. Get behind him. This is the Exaflares. Oh, it's actually called Exaflare. So that's where the mechanic name comes from, is this fight. I've heard Exaflare used to describe these sort of marching AoEs so often, I didn't realize that's where the name of the mechanic came from, was here. Northern Cross, that's the frozen ground, right? And then we have to deal with a bunch of his spins and circles and stuff during this. So what's he gonna do? That's out. More Exaflares. Oh, and he landed over there, which means he's gonna rocket across the arena, so stay out of his way. Yep. Where is he? Okay, he's on that side now. I really didn't see him till the last second. Good thing I happened to be out of the way. Let's take this out, shall we? And then I'll get in there. Yeah! So, time for us to fight. Unmitigated hostilities. Activate the relocation device to enter the arena. Alpha still got a lot of little gimmicks. Makes things bigger, does it? Or is it smaller? The invisible water from the kettle. Sid gave him that for a little gimmick, too. Something I've dubbed the Omega Jammer. Allow you to generate a colossal burst of lightning at any point of your choosing. Yep, new duty action. Here comes our stupid beetle that we have to fight. Oh man, Brotherhood's getting me a lot of big ones. Starboard is right. And larboard is left, so same side. Whoops, I forgot those leave an actual fire spot. Oopsie. Oh well, it's only temporary. Peripheral synthesis, rocket punches, which you use your ability on. Right? You're supposed to fry them. Yeah. Okay, have to target them though. I wasn't targeting them. Yeah. Don't step in either of those blue zones or you're dead. That's it. Don't step in either of the blue zones or you're dead. Guys! Guys! Now we blast the conductive focus as fast as we can with our Omega Jammer. We need to fill up that induction gauge at the bottom before Omega gets the big blast off. Boom! That's another one of those that's like, you better fill up that gauge or Omega's gonna wipe you out. Another synthesis. That's just the big ones, no little ones this time, so we're okay. Ooh, a lot of people are getting taken out by starboard and larboard, aren't they? Good enough. Oh boy, didn't even see that other fist. Bye-bye, giant beetle. Insufficient data, though. Reassess my methods, devise more exhaustive testing and combat protocol. Uh-oh. Rift is collapsing. Optimal form for this experiment. Physical reconfiguration. Yeah. Diverting energy from interspatial maintenance. Collapse the rift with us inside it. Cool, we're in the void. So what do you want to do for the next 10 trillion years, guys? Bye, Alpha. Run! Yup. Domain resources cut by 82%. Dormant mode, commencing automated memory scan. Yeah, go find Omega. Yeah, so it was falling behind Midgard's armor, so it literally, like, throws away its chassis and completely reconfigures it for some new movement type, right, to speed up. So it can basically just fully reconfigure its body anytime it wants. So just keep changing its physical body until it can find a way to get home. Yay! Alpha found Omega way out in the void. Homing instinct is functioning as designed. Yeah, that was a poor design choice on your part. Well, Alpha group subjects perished when the rift contracted. Unavoidable as a multitude of their kind. The next experiment will go forward as planned. Did we? Did we perish in the void? Or did we use a shrink card and some invisibility potion? Cool. Liquid metal. Reconfiguring its body. Like, all this work and Omega just went humanoid. Lots of stuff. I don't remember a ton of it. We'll see what we get along the way here, shall we? That wasn't too bad. Except now he's sliming! And turning into a female Omega! Fire 3. Whoop. Ow, ow. That was a lot of ow. Back to male Omega. Yep. Ah, I forgot he does an AoE when he transforms. Which one's female? Female's over here. Okay. I want to be close to her because she's going to do a knockback. Like that. And he's going to do an AoE under himself. So, you know. Gotta do the two. Now she's doing the long cast and we gotta take out the male Omega, who's passage of arms, like shielding her, and then we gotta take her out before she can do the laser shower. Now, which one am I allowed to fight? I am not allowed to hit the male, so I have to fight the female one. That's the Omega packet filter thing that they do there. Basically tells you which one you're allowed to fight. If it's blue, you can't fight the male Omega. If it's red, you can't fight the female Omega. Oop. Oh, didn't even notice his blade work was going off there. Oop. Oh, there's a lot of stuff. Is she gonna do a knockback too? Oh no, she's just doing meteor stuff. Wow, the Omega M is really not taking as much damage, but I can't damage him. Now he's just gonna start blasting the arena until we kill him. So let's use all my big buffs so everybody's hitting hard while he's laser showering the arena like crazy. And let's wipe him. There we go, done. I am the Alpha, I am the Omega. Seriously, Omega? You're not done? Yeah, Omega's pretty much done at this point. Sweet little plushy chocobo. The intangible strength of one's soul. It's our heart, our spirit. Yep, all to try and find a way home. Anyone who had like a heart, a soul, spirit, blah, 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 all of that metaphysical version of like a heart, a soul, spirit, all that, would have destroyed themselves emotionally and mentally, traveling that far across space alone to try and return home. Like thousands of years of solo space travel would destroy anyone with a heart and soul. Bye, Omega. And of course, with all of that comes all of this, leaving me with this beautiful, very tight, skin tight little outfit. I'm going off on an adventure. Here comes now! The model Omega that Wedge and I were working on. Like they're working on a little mammoth Omega. Off on a new adventure together! Tiny plushy Chocobo and tiny toy Omega. Alpha and tiny toy Omega. Off to see the wide, wide world and show up in basically every single event that they'll have in Final Fantasy XIV going forward in the future. Alpha and Omega do sort of appear in whatever town events are hosted in every time there's an event, pretty much. Theme